Morning. Welcome to the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Kinlock.
Present.
Commissioner Clemente.
Here.
Commissioner Basham.
Here.
Commissioner Scott. Chair Clerk Coleman. Quorum present.
Okay, thank you. Next item,
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next item.
Approval of the February 22nd, 2023 meeting minutes.
Were you asking to speak or were you asking for?
I made the motion.
So the most, according to our technology here, Commissioner Kinlock made the motion. Commissioner Clemente seconded. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please vote.
Carried. E, unfinished business. There is none listed. Item 1, under new business, forwarding a report on county-owned vehicles used by the Sheriff's Office that are being taken home, used outside of Wayne County, and the reason why.
Nita? You're up.
Good morning, Vanita Terry, Sheriff's Office Director of Administration.
Give us
So,
summary of this.
as the report is indicating, at this time, we have 52 take-home vehicles, and 5 of those vehicles are being shared. And also, as you see, the numbers have continuously decreased over a period of time, and the undersheriff is working diligently to continue to bring those numbers down for take-home vehicles.
Okay. So, Commissioner Basham?
Yeah, as I read my article, Madam Chair, it says the county-owned vehicles used by the Sheriff's Office are being taken home, used outside of Wayne County, and the reasons why. Is that correct? The wording in that, outside of Wayne County, or is it take-home vehicles? Words matter.
Through the chair, Joe Slazak, policy analyst. That's part of the budget language instruction language. So I would defer to Terrence on that.
But what we're saying is being taken home, take-home vehicles. But what I'm reading here is vehicles that are taken home outside of Wayne County. There's two different things.
Used, it says.
There are some employees who have take-home vehicles who live outside Wayne County.
Understand that, but what I just heard was take-home vehicles. So are we talking about them combined? Or are we talking about take home outside of Wayne County or just take-home vehicles? So I can understand.
Through the chair, Commissioner Basham, these are vehicles that are being taken outside of Wayne County because the employees live outside of Wayne County.
So there's more vehicles being taken home, but this is just the ones outside of Wayne County, correct?
No, this will include all take-home vehicles.
There's the conflict.
These are all take-home vehicles. Some of the vehicles, employees stay within Wayne County and some stay without. We wanted to know how many were actually going outside of the county after hours.
That's still not clear. because what the article says is out county, but what we're saying is all take-home vehicles. So some may be going outside, some staying inside, but you know, take-home vehicles is what we're talking about.
Correct,
So it's not just out county.
correct.
Then that's a good thing that the numbers are going down and it's take-home vehicles. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Are there any other comments on this item? Been properly moved by Commissioner Basham, seconded by Commissioner Kenlock. Are there any questions or comments on this item? Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carried. Item 2, requesting commission approval of retroactive amendment 2 to a 3-year vending machine concession contract with a 1-year option to renew with Corporate Dining Inc., DBA Corporate Dining Concepts.
Nita.
Yes, so Benita Terry, Director of Administration, Sheriff's Office. This is a revenue contract, and we have just extended our contract through July 23rd until there's movement to the CJC with corporate dining.
Basham.
Why is it retroactive? The standard contract.
Well, the contract was due to expire January. At that time, we were still getting paperwork together to do the extension. So once it was all done, it's showing as retroactive.
But if I may, this is, we're into March already, and this is a standard contract. And this stuff should come to the commission before it becomes retroactive. My thing is, I'm not going to go away on retroactive contracts, even if, you know, I understand the purpose and everything, but I always publicly ask about retroactive contracts or sole source. And I don't know why it has to be retroactive. I struggle with retroactive, especially on the standard contract, because this is not the first time we've leased these to the vending machine company, correct?
Yes, I understand.
Had to do my say. Thank you.
Moved by Commissioner Kenlock, second by Commissioner Martha Scott. Are there any other questions on this? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carried.
Next item.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of modification 1 to a 2-year lease agreement with 1 3-year option to renew with Algonquin Jefferson Properties.
Ebony, please.
Good morning. Through the chair, Ebony McCann, Health, Human Veteran Services, Adult Community Corrections Administrator. The department is requesting permission to enter into this modification for the Algonquin Probation Office. It is located at 1600 Algonquin off of Jefferson. The services continue, the probation officers visit, the probationers visit and meet with their probation agents at this location.
Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Is this retroactive also?
No, sir, the current agreement expires March 31st.
Great. And before you do this, you've already entered into an agreement? Does it have to come in front of the commission first?
This is a renewal. So the current 3-year contract, and it was initiated on, one second, please. April 1st, 2021, and that agreement is through March 31st, 2023. We are here requesting, there's a rate increase for the terms ending or beginning April 1st, 2023 through March 31st, 2025. So I'm before you on today to request permission to enter into the 2-year agreement.
Can I get some clarity from our commission counsel?
Through the chair to this honorable body. So this is a contract to extend the lease. I thought it was for 36 months, though I know the department just said 2 years.
It's 36 months, 24 months at the rate of $17 per square foot. And then for the term beginning April 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2026, the rate increases to $17.50 per square foot. So I guess essentially it is 36 months.
So this is a proposal to extend this lease for 36 months. Now, this is a little unusual. Normally, when we have a lease extension, we have a written lease document that amends the lease itself. In this instance, the original lease indicated that the county can simply give notice to the landlord that they want to extend, and that was all that's required. So what you have before you is just a transmittal letter from the administration indicating that they want to give notice to the landlord to extend the lease. Now, the concern here is that that notice was actually already given to the landlord, and the landlord signed that notice. So essentially, they've already extended this 36-month lease prior to coming to the commission. Now, in my discussions with the department, they were supposed to provide us with a draft of what they were going to send as far as a draft notice. But that notice actually was already issued and signed by the vendor. So based on the terms of the original lease, which state that you only have to give notice to extend, they've already given notice. So this is already done.
So, but does that mean that, oh, so they've given notice, does that mean that they have to approve it? That, you said that they've given notice.
Right.
The notice means that the extension is done?
In this instance, it's unusual. And I had this conversation with Corporation Counsel. The lease actually states that the county only has to give written notice. So as long as they give 30-day advance notice to the landlord, that extends the lease, that alone and nothing else, the notice by the county. That notice was given by the department, I want to say on February 8th, and it was signed by the landlord on February 8th. So if the only thing you have to do to extend is to give notice, and that notice was given in February and agreed to by the landlord in February, it's already done prior to your approval.
Right.
Okay.
So, motion by Commissioner, Ken Locke, are you asking to speak? Go ahead.
Okay, so since this has occurred, can I ask, who do we have to, or staff have to have a conversation with that this type of ability to extend just with a mere notice, it needs to absolutely say upon commission approval and not just with issuance of a notice. That language needs to be in any future contract to protect us, because now pretty much we have no choice but to approve this because it is what it is. But if we ever see that, I'm just saying, so we need to, I just feel very uncomfortable with the fact that we're bound by this action.
Did you say you had a conversation with them?
Right. So, and I don't want to speak on behalf of the department. The conversation that took place months ago was that they explained the notice process. I have no legal concerns with that process. If Corp Counsel is okay with saying just notice and the landlord is okay, we would not object to that from a legal perspective. Months ago, I asked them to give us a draft copy of what that notice would look like because I had never seen it because, again, it's unusual. I think here it was just a timing issue. I don't think that we need to change the language of the contracts. The department just has to be mindful in the future that they cannot issue that notice until the commission actually authorizes continuing with the lease. So I think it was just a timing matter, and hopefully this department and others will be advised in the future that those notices cannot go out, because that was my understanding with Corp Counsel. I just don't know why it went out earlier, but I know that Ebony's taking notes, and hopefully the administration is listening and taking notes as well, that for future purposes.
Okay, oh, no, what I'm saying is that we need to require them that if just the notice, whenever they put in there, which is fine for them to have it in there, but it needs to be clear so that the future corp councils and the future landlords will know that it also requires commission action. Absent of that language in there of saying that commission approval, they have the ability to do again what they have done this time. So what I'm saying is, excuse me. Yeah. What I'm saying is that we need to make sure that that language is in there upon commission approval, not just say with notice. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
But then maybe what needs to happen is that they should bring, before they issue that letter, maybe it should come before the commission at that time.
That's what I'm saying is required. That's what I'm saying. With that language, they were required to do that.
So
But now
that is very unusual, but we need, Felicia?
Chairwoman, this is Darcel Brown. May I have permission to speak?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm online. So we're currently in communication with Harris, so he should be joining the call soon so he can answer some of your questions. He should be online actually right now.
Through the chair, I'm actually online as well, so I wasn't aware that this was.
Go ahead, Horace.
Yeah, so I'm here, but I'm just joining. So if somebody could get me quickly up to speed on the issue we're discussing. I know it's on the Algonquin, but what in particular?
Felicia, would you please explain it to him?
So through the chair and Harris to Harris. So the issue is that, as you know, this lease is being extended by notice. The notice was actually issued prior to commission approval. So commissioners want to make sure that the administration understands, and that perhaps we have language in the future that is clear that those notices should not be issued prior to commission approval. So the notice was actually already issued and agreed to by the vendor in February.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with you on that. So I think.
Okay. Can I ask another question? Are there any other extension options within this agreement for the future?
There are not, Commissioner.
So there are none. So next time, if there's an intent to move or continue to operate from this location, a full, clean lease would have to be brought forward.
Well, based on past practice, we could bring it to the commission for an amendment. It could be a modification, but it's again to the commission. But this is different, if I may. It's different in that in this we had the language and it was unilateral. Most of the time in the past, what we've had is it has to have mutual approval. This agreement, it was to the favor of the county to be able to provide the notice unilaterally to say, yes, we are exercising that option moving forward. Of course, is subject to commission approval. I believe that the department may have just gone ahead, done the notice because of timing so that we didn't lose that opportunity. And I'm not speaking for the department, but yes, no matter what, it requires approval by the commission. Even if
Absolutely. I understand the timing issue. You knew that lease was coming up, or someone should have known. What I'm saying is that in the future, so we know an amendment is going to be necessary in order to extend it, as well as to include the new language. And if there's any other contracts out there when just notice is required, can you please highlight that, notate on the agent in your office who's responsible for moving those actions forward to make sure that they bring it before the county commission before you effectuate those options?
Yes, Commissioner, but I just do want to clarify, and I'm not that Corporation Counsel did not that was not us taking that action. We had advised on that before. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if any of these options exist anywhere in the universe.
They don't that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you.
Through the chair, if I may, Ebony McCann, procedurally, the department, and I am responsible for submitting the document on behalf of the department. I believe that there was misunderstanding as it pertains to submitting the notice of renewal to commission, or whether or not it is needed to be submitted for commission. As commission counsel has indicated, I have taken notes. I've made note of the procedures as it pertains to submitting subsequent or future documents as such in the future, to ensure that before the landlord is requested to sign off on the document, that the document will come before this body for approval. And my sincerest apologies for failing to ensure that you had the opportunity to review the document before making a decision on this agreement.
Basham, you have your light on to speak. Are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
There's an old saying about it's easier to get forgiveness than this permission. There is, if time is an issue, there is a process with the commission that you can fast track an item that's you're worried about, it being timely so that you're not retroactive. You can approach the chair and move things forward in a timely manner and bypass the committee process. So that mechanism is out there if the administration chooses to use it. Thank you.
So Ebony, if you have a problem with timing, as the Commissioner Basham said, there's a procedure called exigent approval.
Yes. That
you can take it to the chair and get a sign off from her.
Yes.
Just if you have an issue in the future with timing on something of that sort.
Yes, but in this instance, I don't think that timing was the issue. The agreement negotiations took place beginning at the end of December. Again, it was a procedural misjudgment on the department side, and I do take full responsibility for not submitting the renewal document to commission for a review prior to having the landlord sign.
Right, so we have a motion by Commissioner Kenlock and a second by, motion by Commissioner Scott and a second by Commissioner Kenlock. Any other questions on the motion? Hearing none, please vote. Motion carries. Oh, I'm sorry. I did vote. I did vote. It's right here.
Motion
The motion
carried.
carries. Next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Informed of any?
Public comments.
Okay, we have public comment. Is there anyone here from the public, either on Zoom or on the telephone, who would like to make a comment at this time? Second call. Anyone from anyone on Zoom or on the telephone who'd like to make a comment, please make it this time. Last call. This is public comment. If there's anyone on Zoom or the telephone who'd like to make a comment, or anyone here in the gallery here, please make it at this time. Public comment, Madam Clerk, are there any emails?
There are no emails.
Public comment is over. Next item.
Adjournment.
I don't see anything here on my, okay. Probably moved by Commissioner, who did that? Basham, and supported by Commissioner Kenlock. Those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Those opposed.